Hi everyone, it's Jessica. In a previous video, I had talked about the form of verb plus ing, which is used by both gerunds and the continuous tense. So today, I'm going to do another similar lesson that will help with your exams. I'm going to talk about the past participle form, which is used by both the passive voice and the perfect tenses. So since there's going to be a lot of content for this lesson, I'm going to split this video into two parts. So for the first part, I'm going to talk about how to form the past participle. For regular verbs, the past participle is formed the same way you would a regular past tense verb, by just adding an ed at the end. Visit becomes visited, talk, talked, laugh, laughed. For example, I have lived in Taiwan for the past 6 years. For irregular verbs, and there are many irregular verbs in English, it must be memorized or looked up. And sadly, there really isn't an easy way around this. But don't worry, I do give my students tips to make this process easier. So though the past participle form doesn't really follow a rule, there are some patterns you can recognize that will make it easier for you to memorize these irregular forms. So just as you would to some irregular past tense verbs, you can form the past participle by adding a T at the end. For example, send becomes sent, build becomes built, lose, lost, feel, felt, sleep, slept. Another pattern is using ought or ought. Teach becomes taught, catch becomes caught, buy becomes bought, fight becomes fought. You can also use a different vowel. Sit, sat, win, won, stand, stood, tell, told. For example, I've told you this story a dozen times. Now, here is where the past participle will differ from the past tense form. And usually with these kinds of words, as you memorize the past participle, the past tense is memorized as well. And like I said above, to form the past participle, you can change a vowel. In the following cases, the past participle will have a U as its vowel. For example, swim, swam, swum. Sink, sank, sunk. Begin, began, begun. You can also form the past participle by adding an N or an EN at the end. For example, eat, ate, eaten, take, took, taken, write, wrote, written, fly, flew, flown, see, saw, seen, choose, chose, chosen. Obviously, there are other forms that are crazy weird, such as become or run, where the past participle of these verbs is the exact same as the base verb. Become, became, have become. Run, ran, have run. Confusing, right? Don't worry, with practice, it will become second nature. All right, that's it for part 1. Stay tuned for part 2, where I will talk about how to use the past participle for passive voice and perfect tense. I'll talk to you next time.